So this is a toll road, and is it open? Yes, it's open, and there's nobody collecting any money at this time of day. So today, so far, is off to a good start. I noticed that the sun has only just come up. It's just lighting up this cliff to my left hand side. Light is the most important thing in photography, and I should have been here 20 minutes ago really, but I did get a little bit lost. This could be one of those roads that Jeremy Clarkson tests his cars on. A series of hairpin bends. Hi, we're on the Great Orme, North Wales. Now all winter there's been a black redstart here, and it's been a very nicely marked male bird, and there's been lots of pictures posted of it. So I've come along to have a look at it. It's early March now, and as soon as I arrived, there's only one place I wanted to photograph it. I got here just before the sun came up, and when it did, it was lighting up these lovely little mounds here, and the bird lands on top of these, so you get a nice out of focus background behind it, and it was covered in frost. You can see the frost is melting now, it's disappearing, but it was lovely when I first got here. So when I first got here, I parked the car opposite these mounds, thinking I might have to photograph it out of the car window, but I didn't. I can get out of the car, walk about with it. This bird has been photographed so much this winter, it's very used to people. The early morning frost definitely added to the picture. Unfortunately, it doesn't last very long. Once the sun gets on it, the frost disappears quite quickly. You don't really want the bird when it's just over the edge and you can't quite see its legs. You want it to come forward so the legs are showing. More like that. There's a blackbird singing to the left hand side in that little bush, and there's also been a greenfinch there. And what I like about the situation is on the right hand side we have this bank. So if I go up the bank, I'm not quite as high as the blackbird, but I'm getting there. So I'm not looking up at the bird, which I never like. I'm pretty close to level with him, and I was with the greenfinch too. Ideally, the bank that I'm standing on would be even higher, so that I could have a green background instead of the sky. At least the sky has got a little bit of colour in it. This blackbird is not singing as fully as it can do. When a blackbird really gets into its stride, I think it's one of the most wonderful songsters, especially when it's accompanied by a couple of cooing wood pigeons. And this is the greenfinch in the same tree. Over the last few springs I've put a lot of time into trying to record singing birds. This is since I got heavily into video. And I keep adding new species each spring, but I seem to have done greenfinch several times now, but this is probably the best. It was there for a long time. And singing wrens, I probably get to do these every spring. And this has got to be the easiest of the songsters to film. Unfortunately, the bird is half in the shadow here, and the bush wasn't that attractive. Eventually it did go a bit higher, but it still wasn't perfect. Too much gorse in the way. Now notice the wind noise here. I forgot to put the rifle mic on and I just started to film. Then I remembered and went back to the camera bag for it, but you can recover it. So I'm going to play this clip again, and in Power Director, my video editing software, I've taken out the wind, and it can be very effective so long as the wind's not too bad. I don't usually recognise the song of a stone chat, A, because I don't hear it very often, and also it's quite a quiet song, doesn't seem to carry very far. And skylarks. And a dunnock is another bird I get to photograph every spring, but this time I only got a still shot and not video. A bird that I associate with Great Orme, but don't get to photograph them here too often, is the red-billed chough. And they like the very short turf, and wherever there's some very short grass, that's where you'll find them. Maybe. The video is running, there's two of them. They're actually sort of in each other's way really. One's got coloured leg rings on, which doesn't help for photography point of view. The other's got no leg rings, but I can't sort of separate it from the other bird. This pair were very close, only separating for a few seconds at a time, then right back next to each other. Also, it's very rare for them to stop feeding. It's just constantly probing into the ground, not lifting the heads up to pose for you. But the main problem was the light. It was far too dull to really take stills pictures of chough anyway. And then, as ever, to follow the bird, I'm just pulling on the bungee rope, and then I can slowly pan with them, because as soon as I touch this handle I get vibration. This is when you're using a long telephoto, and this is the equivalent now of 1000mm plus whatever magnification you get from the video, so it's probably something like 1200mm, 1300mm. Now I really like this situation. It looks as if I'm lying down on the ground here to get that low level shot, but I'm not. I'm able to do it at standing height because I'm looking up a slope, and neither of these birds has got leg rings on. I've only taken a couple of stills pictures. It's just not good light for chough. It needs a bit more of a spark to the light. There's no catch light in the eye, the heads are down all the time, so I've just let the video run on the whole. This is the only stills picture I got with both birds with their heads up and a catch light in the eye. So I'll just show you a few pictures that I've taken previously of red-billed choughs. Thanks for watching.